Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mixed Signals. You guys, today let's chat about using grace with unhealthy people. Yeah, I said it. Because I know they're insane. I know. They make dysfunctional decisions all day, every day. I don't believe they're equipped with enough awareness or common sense to say, listen, this relationship has not worked out. It has failed me. This is the third or fourth relationship that has failed. I gotta change. I need help. I believe the most that they say in their awareness, common sense is, that didn't work out. Time to try somebody different. And in their mind, it's like, who is my next victim? What games can I play with them? They're excited. It's like a little cat playing with their toy. And I know, you guys, it's so easy to be upset with them, angry, feel powerless, confused, frustrated, hurt, even having feelings of wrath or revenge against them. But I do believe God places us in unhealthy people's lives as guides and directors. You know, it's just us as the human being that says, well, I'm going to have an emotional relationship with this person. I am going to tie a knot and be bonded to them. You know, that's why we have kids with them. You know, we were supposed to serve a purpose, but we thought, well, let's save them instead. You're not saving nobody because they don't want to be saved. Yeah, we're humans. We're vulnerable. Things happen. Like I say, you guys, it's easy to give them the power over you, especially when God gave us intuition, discernment. That's why a lot of people got acid reflux right now, IBS, pain all in their body because they clenching up because God is trying to give them a message and they like, I don't want to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. Let me block that out. Let me deflect. Let me ignore. Let me deny that this is even happening. Scared. No, God will be like, go tell him what I said, Nikki. I'd be burnt. Now it's burning inside of me. Like, go tell him. You know, the friends and family that they're sitting around, they not it. Let a little bit of heat break them. That's it. Let a little bit of heat on the back of their neck. They won't be around. They're there for the moment, right? Because they build relationships on sandcastles. I was dating this guy for a while. And he went to jail a couple times. First time that he went out, I remember I was telling him, so your friends and family not going to help you? I said, I've watched you guys for a while. I said, all y'all do, drink, hold up the wall, go out, party, go and bother other people's kids. They're not going to do nothing. You get in trouble. They're not going to come bail you out. There's nothing in it for them. You know, and even the guy I was dating was like, yeah, you're probably right, but my friends, my family. I said, oh, really? That doesn't bother you? You know, they can only do so much. Good to know. You know, a year after knowing him, he gets in trouble. Calls me. He says, hey, Nikki. Man. Just driving down the highway, speeding. Got pulled over and they're You're gonna take me to jail because there's some greenery in my car. This was in a legal state at the time. I said, ooh, uh-oh. He said, yeah, so, do you think you'd be able to bail me out? Like, I'll be able to pay you back. This guy was working, making pretty good money at the time. So I was like, you don't want to call your family? He was like, ha ha ha, nah. I said, well, yeah, I'll be up there a little bit, bring you the money, and, I'll pick you up. Oh, thank you. Really, I appreciate that. And I said, yeah. Now, when this guy gets out, I'm asking him, hey, you got lawyer money? And he was like, no. I said, man, because if you get a public pretender, they work with the state, so they're gonna have you in a program so that the state can get paid, because the state's always trying to get paid 3 times. And he was like, oh man, I don't have it. I said, well, you probably just have to go with the public pretender, because I wasn't gonna offer any money for a lawyer. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. However, in an illegal state, this man ends up going to his court date, and so they ordered drug and alcohol classes for him. And even me myself was in disbelief. I said, whoa. He leaves that courtroom, you guys. He said, I'm not going back. I said, oh, yes, you are, because I'm going to make sure you go to court. That's my name. That's my money. I said, oh, yes, you are. I said, I want my money back. I was like, it's not a big deal. It's, drug and alcohol classes. I'm not going. I said, oh, is that why you called me? Because you knew your family wouldn't help you out because they know you? He was like, they wouldn't help me out regardless. He was like, I'm not doing that. I really did nothing wrong. Even though you were speeding and had the stuff in your car. Okay. Oh, they're racist. Everything he could think of. So I said, you don't go back. Don't ever call me again when you need help. But jail help. If you needed to be bonded out, don't call me. He was like, I'm not going to get in trouble again. I said, good. Sounds great. Me and him were still talking to each other. Dating. And a couple years later, this man, I'm telling him, because God's let me know. Hey, coworkers are not your friends. Don't be kicking it with your coworkers, drinking, drugging, doing whatever. Them not the ones. He's out one day with his coworker. They're painting, and I get a call about 6:00 at night. He's all, hey, Nikki, I'm in jail. I said, for what? He was like, oh man, we were out, we were drinking, painting, and things kind of got out of hand. And oh man, I went to my coworker's uncle's house, and I don't know what he was on, but he thought we broke into his house and he called the cops on us. Can you believe that? I said, no, I can't. And I'm angry, I'm upset, yelling. He's like, please, I just need you to come bail me out. I said, where's your family at? I said, matter of fact, I'm going to call your family. I'm going to call your cousin who lived in the area. So I'm going to call him. He's like, oh, no. I got some money at my house. I got this. Come on, just come help me out. And I said, man, I'm going to call your cousin. Get off the phone with him. I called the cousin, and his cousin's all, what did he do? And I was like, I just said, I don't really know, man. That's something for later on. I said, but we got to figure out how to get him out. And he was like, well, I'll call and figure out what he did. I said, I don't believe that they can tell you what somebody, you can't just call the jail and be like, what'd they do? Not in this area. I go, well, let's figure out how to bail him out. Do you have any money, or are you going to be able to go get him, bail him out? And he was like, no, but I'll call and see what he did. I said, you ain't got no money? You won't be able to go pick him up? He was like, no, Nick, I got to get off the phone. I got to see what did he do? I got to see. All excited. I said, he ain't got nobody. I'm on the phone with my brother, talking to my brother, and And my brother, the one I've told you guys about, Taylor in Florida, I said, yeah, he's in jail right now. I just got off the phone with his cousin, and all he cared about was, why is he in jail? My brother, Taylor's like, Nikki, we got to get him out. I said, I'm not getting him out. I ain't paying no money. He said he got money at the house. I ain't helping him. I told him last time when he didn't follow through with the program, I won't help you out. I won't bail you out again. Don't call me. My brother says, Nikki, we got to do it. I said, mm-mm. My brother ends up paying half of his bail, almost $1,000. And I go get the money from his house, but I have to put my name down, as like the responsible party. And, I'm thanking my brother, and I'm telling him, like, you didn't have to do that. He needs to learn his lesson. And he is, oh, well, imagine how he feels. And I said, I told him not to go. I'll let him know exactly what was going to happen. I told him. He was like, Nikki, come on. I'm like, whatever, man. Now, bail him out. He goes to court. You guys, this is right in, like, COVID. Right when COVID came. And ends up, they just dropped everything, They were like, we're not even dealing with this. They thought the uncle was on something too, because when they asked the uncle to come in, he wouldn't come in. So they just dropped everything. Like, we got more important things to worry about. Like, now, we for some reason didn't get the money back when they dropped it. I don't know what happened, if the bondsman was or what, but we never got the money back. I told him, I was pissed, I was upset, I was angry. I said, listen, don't call me again. I'm going to need you to call a family member next time. I said, now this is the second time I've been screwed over trying to help you out. I keep telling you these things are going to happen to you. I said, I don't know why you don't hear me, what your problem is. So I'm not doing this with you. Now, at this time, we're living together. And his cousin's living with us. And, the guy I'm with is making, at this time now, years later, really good money. And, we got a nice place, paying almost $2,500 a month. Guy's in rent. The cousin's helping out. However, I noticed when the cousin moved in, didn't have a car, so the guy I'm dating gives him a car, so he can get back and forth to work. And the guy I'm dating is like, I'll just catch a ride with one of my coworkers. Now, he's also placing food in the house. Okay? And I mean, like, every 2 weeks, he's spending $600-700 at Costco. Every 2 weeks. To make sure the cousin's got food. To make sure, he's going to be taken care of. Anytime he needs money. Anytime, he needs a ride. When he did get a car, if something needed to be fixed, he had, he was right there to help him out. Still, I said to him, if something happens to you, he's not going to help you out. He's not going to do nothing. The guy I'm dating is like, yeah, I know. Mind you, when I say, guys, this guy helped him out with it, like, would make meals 4 nights a week to make sure his cousin had leftovers so he could take to work. Like I said, couldn't afford it. He was bailing him out of a place, giving him a place to live, food in his belly, okay? Comfort. Cousin could do whatever he wanted to do. Like I said, even then, I told him, he's not going to help you, regardless what you've done for him. He's telling me one day, hey, Nikki, I'm getting ready to go on a fishing trip with some coworkers, and, we're going to catch all these fish, and, we'll freeze them. We got deep freezers, and, we'll be good through the winter time. And I'm like, oh, thank God, good, because, I love some fish. So I told him, just be careful, I wasn't getting all the downloads of the intuition, or I said, just be careful, because I had worked on myself a lot, got myself out of a lot of darkness and unhealthy behavior. I'm not your mom, okay? Just be careful. Now, I could tell you guys early when he went on this fishing trip, I could already feel something's off, something's not right. Something's going to happen today. Sure enough, he calls me around 11:15 at night, and he goes, "Hey, Nikki, I was driving, and I was speeding, and I got pulled over. I keep getting pulled over, and man, we're like 45 minutes out of the city right now, and oh man, I caught a fish. It's right next to me," and he's just going off and going off. And I said, "What? For speeding you got pulled? How fast were you going?" "Oh, I'm only going like 5 over." "Yeah, but I caught a fish today, and the fish is with me, and yeah, I was driving, I'm gonna come back down home, and yeah, he's just gonna give me a ticket for speeding," and just jolly. La 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 la. I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'm at the house. Call me if something else happens." He said, "Yeah, I'll call you." Get off the phone with him, and I'm like, something's not right. About 25 minutes later, he calls me, and he's all, "Nikki, so I'm at the ranger station right now, and because I refuse to take a breathalyzer, they gave me a freaking DUI. Can you believe that?" And I'm all, "Wait a minute, weren't you pulled over for speeding?" And he was like, "Yeah, but for some reason, these guys lied and gave me a DUI." And I'm all, "Did you take a field sobriety test? Where you do the you touch, whatever." He's all, "Yeah, I passed." I said, "Hold on. And I said, "You know what? I'm going to get off the phone." And he was like, "Yeah, no, I took 2 field sobriety tests. I could hear the officer in back saying, 'Yeah, you passed. But since you've refused to take a breathalyzer,'" he was like, I had to take you in." He was like, "And man, you smell like alcohol." I said, "I'm going to get off the phone for now." And he's all, "Okay, Nikki. All right, girl." Very jolly. And I said, oh, he was drinking for real. One thing he was very smart about is knowing the law. This time around, he knew. He could refuse a breathalyzer and ask for a lawyer. Now, an hour goes by. Like I said, it's 11. Now we're around midnight. Hour goes by, and he's calling me from his cell phone. So I'm thinking, oh, good. He's on his way home, or, at least they're letting him sit at the ranger station. I could, figure out how his cousin can go pick him up or something. And he says to me, "Nikki, they're taking me to the jail in the city," where we live downtown, at this time, like 3 minutes outside of downtown in the city. And I'm all, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "So my car's gonna get, impounded, or, so I don't know what to do." And I was like, "Well, just call me when you get to the jail. I don't want to talk about anything over the phone because you're being recorded." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but I mean, these freaking guys lied to me." And the cop was like, "We didn't lie to you." I'm like, "I don't want to do all this right now." So then I go, again, I'm like, "Listen, call me when you get into town and you get the bail, they situate everything." So I go to the cousin's room. I'm knocking on the door. I said, "Hey, listen, so your cousin got pulled over on the fishing trip, and he's arrested right now for DUI. He refused a breathalyzer." And here's the cousin. "What?" This effing guy. Ugh. And I'm all, "Yeah, so he's going to be taken into the city, and yeah, from there, I'll just let you know what he says. You guys could figure out bail and going to pick him up." I was like, "He'll just be right here in the city." He was like, "I have to work tomorrow. I don't have any money." And I'm all, "Yeah, so," and like I said, "you'll have to go and get the bondsman and pick him up." And the cousin the whole time is like this, moving back. "What? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. This freaking guy. I don't understand." And I'm all, "Yeah, so you're gonna have to go get him." Yeah. Guys, when I'm watching this person, I'm like, ew, gross. And then I just feel this warming sensation over me where I was like, I have a decision to make. I could be upset. I could be angry. I could be triggered. I could give this whole situation power. Every other situation I've ever, behaved that way in didn't do anything for me. I said, or I can look at this person and say, that's not how I'm going to be. I'm not giving away any of my power. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not upset. I didn't do anything. This doesn't affect me in that way. I expect this from this person. I'm going to live in the right now. I'm going to act accordingly. Okay? Nothing but grace. The way that I felt, you guys, like I said, like warm inside, love. Stillness. Warm, pleasant. I was okay. Like I said, I looked at that person and said, I can behave that way too. I could be just as upset and angry. I could be sitting there, I got to go to work too. I said, but what's the reason? What's the use? I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to walk in grace. I did what I needed to do. This person's in trouble. I told him, hey, your family's going to have to help you out, which I stood by. Okay, for another 5-10 minutes, his cousin was like, I'm not doing that. I don't have time. I mean, maybe the next day or something, but I got to go to work. I've got more important things to do. He should have known better. I'm like, good to know. Probably told me 5-6 times, I got to go to work. I got to work. I'm like, yeah, you've said that already a couple times. Yeah, I do too. Guys, I ended up telling him, hey, I was texting him while he was in jail, and I said, listen, you should just stay and go to court in the morning, go see a judge, figure it out from there, do your non-guilty plea. I said, and we'll talk in the morning. So I started getting calls around like 9:30 in the morning, and he had already found a bondsman, and his cousin left $200. But of course, that money was already repaid by the time the guy was, dealing with was out of jail. Now, I went down to the jail, bailed him out, didn't put my name on anything. I just handed in the $200, and that was all that they cared about. So I didn't have to put my name, didn't have to, be responsible for anything. And, this guy hired a lawyer, spent like $4,500 that week. Tows, lawyers, where I said, damn. You didn't even catch a fish. All you caught was a buzz. But here's the thing, you guys. With unhealthy people, they know. They know who's gonna have them back. Who's gonna have their back. They know who's gonna stand 10 toes down. 10 toes down with them. They know. They know. Don't ever believe that I don't know. Oh, they know. Why do you think he kept calling me? I'm sitting there talking to the cousin like, wait a minute, why didn't he call the cousin? Knowing that they living together. He knew. He knew he wouldn't do nothing for him. Even when I told him when he got out, I said, hey, I'm just the one picking you up. I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset. I just said, how you doing? And he's like, I'm doing all right. It's just crazy that this happened. And, he was pretty down, but I told him about, hey, this is how your cousin behaved. He said, he's too busy. He had to go to work and this and that. Even the guy was like, this is why I didn't call him. You don't care. You're not going to help me out. I was like, well, he gave you the $200. He said, yeah, but I'm already about to pay him back, which he did, like, guys, within, the time he got out and went to the bank. I was like, well, as long as you know. And because, you guys, like I said, I was using that grace, it didn't even affect me. In my past, even if someone was hurtful, rude, disrespectful towards me, and then they got hurt, that would hurt me. I was so connected emotionally. I was so highly sensitive to their emotions, what they were going to, just triggered all the time. Where I said, okay, that's on you. All right. Like I said, I'm not your mom, not holding your hand. You don't need me. You got this. All right, you guys, I hope that helps some of you. Instead of getting upset, angry, hurt, confused, frustrated, start walking in grace. Expect the unexpected. Know that they're insane. They're going to keep toxic patterns. It'll get a little bit easier for you. I know it's going to feel weird. However, you guys, this is literally your saving grace. Allow that to simmer.